New from Sunjoe,
Yes.
which is a garden cultivator. Is that like a tiller, something like a tiller?
Pretty much the same thing. Yeah, tillers are usually a little bit bigger, and those are known to really do a great job of breaking up the soil. This will also break up the soil really well, but a cultivator's masterful thing that it does is really churns it or mixes up the soil. So I'll just get right to a quick demo and just show you even with one hand what's going on. I'm in a patch of soil here. This could represent your garden or in front of your lawn. You want to plant some flowers. You want to plant some vegetables. That's it, that easy. So the first thing, after noticing how great the demo does, is that I want you to notice is how lightweight it is. It's only 10 pounds. So can you use this? Can you lift this? Yes. Now, the great thing about this is, I'm gonna set it down here, you don't need this. You don't have to use gas. All right, so there's no gas. It's electric power, so you just need your extension cord. And how did we used to kind of break up the soil, right? We used
or a hoe.
Or a hoe, or this pitchfork. This pitchfork was $50.
Yeah.
Very similarly priced. Can you imagine? You said, yeah, no.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
No thanks on the price, and no thanks on the back.
You're doing this, you're back, and you can feel the weeds breaking up, and you're down here low.
It's so
and
hard.
You could do that one piece, but to do this whole like rectangle area, like, come on, you know, come on. There's a better way, which is of course why we bring you our cultivator. So I'll turn it to camera and just show you kind of what's going on underneath the hood. You've got two sets of blades, two sets of two. These are tines, these are steel. So what you're gonna get is 6 inches as far as left to right horizontal, and you're gonna get 6 inches deep. So we sold a bigger, more expensive model earlier in the year that had a little bit bigger and heavier, and it was tilling and cultivating. This, in my opinion, is also as good because it's lighter weight, it's less expensive, and you can really kind of get in and around smaller areas if you're doing like a lot of lines or a lot of rows of your roses, your vegetable garden, whatever it is, but just look at that, mixing it up. So I've got a couple, let's see, what do we got here? We got some peat moss. I love using peat moss. This is great.
This is a really powerful machine.
It's going at 300 RPMs actually.
Yeah.
So you got your peat moss, look how it's gone. It's not gone, it's mixed in, but you don't see it, right? Or what else we got? We got some vermiculite in here. This is really good. You can throw some of that in. Any of the stuff that you're using to help your plants grow, this is going to be the best way that we know how to mix it up. Because basically, what you're doing to the soil, in addition to breaking it up, is you are aerating the soil. And do you garden a lot, Alice? You do your fair share?
I wish I could, but I'm more in a condo.
Okay, so one of the great things about gardening and with your soil is that you want to aerate the soil. And the reason why that is a couple things. You're breaking it up so you can get air in there. Now it's going to allow whatever you're putting down, the fertilizer, the vermiculite, your plant food to get in there. It's gonna absorb better. It's gonna hold the moisture better. It's gonna allow the roots of your upcoming plant to spread out better. So for all those reasons, that is why it's good to aerate your soil. The best way to aerate your soil is with this.
Well, certainly the easiest way. And you're looking at, again, under $80 for this. Under $80, and not only that, 5 flex payments. So it's $16, you get this thing home. This thing is powerful. This is what I really want you to understand. Those are metal blades on there.
Yep.
Can you see the amount of dirt that is coming out of it? So it's really getting in there and mixing that dirt up. This isn't just a little, oh, I'm gonna hit the surface area a little bit. It's really gonna be powerful. My dad had a garden my entire life, and I remember him out with those, remember those little 3-pronged forks out there trying to break up the dirt?
I don't know if I've seen those.
Well,
you know, I'm just saying.
It was a while ago. I'm just saying. He was a hand gardener, and it was brutal out there in the Florida sun trying to break it. But you have to break up the dirt.
Yeah.
You have to be able to break it up so you can get the seeds or the plants where you want them.
Exactly.
Aerate, mix it up.
And look how good of a job
when you can get this home, really, at $15, am I right? $15, $16. Why would you not go ahead and just do this and just go, you know, we're starting our gardens now. This is that fun time of year watching things grow.
Yes,
and just
it is.
Make sure you're doing what you need before you plant something, and then you're like, why isn't this growing? you know, because the soil's too, it's too packed.
We spend a lot of money in making our outside and outdoors area look nice, look proper. In my particular situation, I'm a homeowner. I got to play by the rules. Everything has to be nice, or I'll get a nice little lovely letter from the HOA saying clean this up, whatever. So I keep the yard nice, but I enjoy gardening. I enjoy getting it outdoors. This is a tool that before I had it, I didn't realize how useful it would be. And now that I have it, and when I have an area, when I want to restart the planting process, this is what I start with, is this tiller cultivator. A couple things I want to point out to you, Alice, that really make this kind of cool. This has a telescopic handle. So you've got 3 different positions. They'll lock in there, there, and there. So it gives you, I think it's 46 to 53 inches as far as how much it will telescope up and down. You've also got this adjustable helper handle. So you could put it down if you wanted to, or you could put it up here where I kind of like it for your best leverage. Now, of course, just like any of our other Sun Joe and Snow Joe products, we have your safety in mind. There's a safety switch. So if you have this plugged in, it's laying around and the kiddo gets it, and they just try and squeeze the trigger right there, it's not going to work. You have to push this in, so I'm gonna engage that, at the same time pull the trigger, then I can let go of the safety and it's going to go. So you can hear all 4 of those metal twines going, and I can get down deep into the soil.
Yeah, look at it. I mean, look at the soil coming out of there.
Yeah.
I mean, this darn thing is really getting deep.
It's kind of like the best way I know how to describe it, it's kind of like a blender for your soil. I mean, you're putting in, let's say you have some fertilizer here, and some vermiculite, and some peat moss. I mean, how else would you mix this in? You'd have to get down to your hands, and what would you do this, or use a hoe the whole time? No, you just plug this in, let your electric Sun Joe cultivator do the work for you, mix up that soil, and it's gonna get rid of those little debris, like little tiny items or weeds. It's gonna knock those out. But before you do it, if you see any big rocks or big weeds, you're gonna wanna remove those first, just to make the overall job easier on yourself. But look how well it does. Even in this big pile of dirt, you can see it digging and churning, and I'll just leave it there to show you. That's 6 inches deep right there that you're now have mixed all of the stuff that's been on the bottom now has come to the top, and it's mixed it and it's mixed it, and now this is ready for planting. I mean, this is, look how nice, and, yeah, that's good
add
stuff,
something
right?
green.
Yeah,
That's absolutely,
whatever you want to do.
And what you spend, because we've offered tillers for years, right?
Yeah.
But what you can spend on just a tiller, when you can get the cultivator too, it has a different purpose and it has a different level of power, frankly. Because the tiller is kind of like, yeah, it'll get there, you know, mess it up a little bit. But when you've got a cultivator, it really adds a whole different, deeper dimension.
Yeah, I'm really not sure what the best way before tillers and cultivators, what people did, to be honest. If you if you just, I guess you just use
I know what they did. I watched my dad do it. You get out there.
And the pit, or like get crouched down and bend your back, or doing the old pitchfork. With this, again, I'm using just for balance and leverage this helper handle, but I could do it one-handed. And I'm not like trying to show off, I'm just trying to say that this is not intimidating, this is not heavy, this is not hard to do. Basically, all I'm doing is holding on. I'm just letting the tool do all the work for me, right? And you see it's all nice and brown there? Let's get one of these, let's get some more of this. I just want to show you again. I'm gonna put it nice in a row like that. So you see all that white on top, and then you turn it on and go over that. And one pass, look how well mixed up it is. And it's perfectly balanced, all in and out and around.
And you know what? Look at the before and after. Look at the dirt behind, Bobby, and how packed in that is, just packed down. So the plant's gonna really struggle to kind of put out its roots and things. Instead, look at this beautiful, now you see the darker, deeper root, soil, and you've mixed it all in with everything you need, maybe even a little fertilizer, whatever. So it looks and is going to have that aeration that the plants need. It's a very affordable way and very easy because, again, when we talk about Sun Joe, they always make it so simple. So you just plug this in and get an extension cord and just go to town. It's great.
That's it. So whether you're getting your flower garden on, or you're getting planting some vegetables, again, the whole key is that the tool is doing the work for you, and B, what you are doing for the soil is you're allowing it to be kind of more open, more ready to receive the nutrients, more ready to hold on to the moisture, and you're aerating it. It's exactly what you're doing, and this is a great thing to do. Your soil wants that.
And you're doing it with the power that Sun Joe puts in all of its tools, and you're doing it with 2 metal blades, and each one of the metal, show those, because those metal blades, 2 sets, right. So that's where you really, that's why it's working so beautifully and getting nice and deep down in there.
Yep, you got a 2.5 amp motor on this. Those are spinning at about 300 revolutions per minute. So it's just that nice amount of speed. I mean, you don't want to go on 10,000 and kicking everywhere. It's the right amount to tough enough to turn the soil up and over so that you can do what you need to do, which is get your garden looking great, working on your lawn, whatever you're going to do. If you've got a spot where you need to till a little bit, but more so cultivate, which just means mix up, churn. It's again kind of like a blender. Then this is the tool for you. And I've got, I've used the peat moss, the vermiculite.